How's it, guys? I'm just gonna do my trade recap. I'm gonna also do a trade recap from yesterday, if I remember correctly, where I entered. But I took a win today, Friday, so not bad. So let's just start off with today's one while I remember it. Okay, starting on the daily, I see the whole week, right? Since Monday we opened high. We didn't really form any I want to say particular clean SMTs here, right? But it formed high of the week. Very small, not small wick, but it is a C2 closure on the daily on Thursday, which could have meant that we got higher next week, right? So coming into the week, I haven't really traded MCL. Only yesterday and today I traded it. Took two wins, and then I took a loss on Nasdaq yesterday as well. But I was too busy, so I didn't get to record that. So I'm just gonna do my MCL and my both MCL trades, right? My Nasdaq, I took a loss. I just got my daily bias wrong. I was looking for shorts, and we had formed a two-stage SMT on the 4 hour with a V-shape CISD on the 5 minute or the 3 minute. So I entered and I took a loss, which is fine. And losses happen, but that's how you make them back. So looking into today, let's actually start with yesterday so it makes it a bit easier, right? Yesterday I saw we had this daily low, which was also a daily fair value gap here, right? So naturally, I target that low, right? And I had entered on this candle here on the 6 a.m. or the 10 a.m. I had entered on the 10 a.m. candle just on the in this wick here. So what led me to entering it was that we had formed this SMT full, right? We had formed this SMT full, yeah, on the 30 minute, right before taking out our drawn liquidity, which is this, right? So let me just get it here. This is our drawn liquidity, right? And we had fallen just short, right? So no matter what, it will most likely be a failure swing if we reverse from it. So, but we created a PSP here, SMT full, right? And then you look for the V-shape entry. And I entered, I'll show you now, sorry. I had entered here, right? Because I was just looking for a bit of extra confirmation. So I had entered on this V shape, yeah, right? And my entry was down here. Let me just make the notes. My entry was here on the fair value gap, stop loss at the high, and targeting 2R, right? So we ended up hitting it, and also I also risked heavy on this trade. I was risking like 750 on a 50k account, like a new 50k. So it was a decent trade. And then moving today, we had and I was just trying to target the daily fair value gap right here, right? So I was just trying to target the daily fair value gap because I believe that could have capped off the range. And as you see, not much happened. We kind of just consolidated for the rest of the day until the new day, and we had this massive, massive wick here, right? Even on the 1 minute, that's a wick. So this is probably today for this is my draw on liquidity for today, right? So let's go on to the new trade for today, right? Let me just clean this up. Right, and we also had SMT up here, which confirmed us moving lower into that daily fair value gap, right? So if I go into this today, we had formed a fair value gap here, right? A fair value gap, and there was a SMT full, right? Yeah, in this fair value gap. Actually, a two-stage because, yeah, right? We had a formed one there, and then we had formed this, right? So we had two SMT fills, right? Because on Hava oil, we had an SMT fill. So crude oil didn't take it. But then, once we see here, on this new fair value gap, Harbor Oil didn't take it, but MCL did, right? So this confirms it. And we had a C2 closure. And then if we take out our fib, we can see that price respected the EQ of the range, our wicks here, right? So naturally I went on the 30-minute, and we had created an SMT fill over here, right? So it was a bit of a strength switch, so I was confident taking it. Then I went on the 5-minute. Okay, I entered on this fair value gap it created here. Well, I was just trying to target EQ of the range. I'll show you. So at the time, this was EQ of the range, right? So we had closed just at EQ, and I had a limit order set here at EQ of the range. So we basically top ticked it down, looking for 2R, or I was looking for these failure swings, right? So it was a bit more than 2R, and we had just missed it. Then I had my stop initially at break even once we were so close, but I moved it up because I see we have a 30-minute fair value gap over here. Let me just clean up. We had a 30-minute fair value gap right here. So nothing invalidates my setup right now, right? So once this fair value gap gets tapped and we form like a CISD on the 5-minute, I just moved my stops over here, right? And then we had just smoked our take profit. I wasn't even fully break even before we hit TP. So it was a good trade. Yesterday, the MCL trade, I only traded on one 50k account, and that was $1,000, so 2%. And then today I traded all my accounts with this trade for Friday, and it was a net profit of 5k across all accounts, so not bad at all. And yeah, just looking forward to next week. So we'll see what that is in store. Okay, check you guys.